How's it going, guys? Welcome back. So I actually just wanted to share this moment with you guys. I was mentoring a student at Starbucks the other day. It was about 5:30 in the morning, and she asked me a really interesting question that I felt I had to share with you guys. She asked me if there was one moment during your rotations, in my rotations as a PA student, that shaped the rest of your experience and being a third year. I'm almost about to graduate. And was there ever an experience that shaped the rest of your rotations? Now, it kind of caught me by surprise. I'm usually leading the conversation for students, but she popped this question on me, and I kind of paused for a second. I said, "Man, that's a great question." And so I thought back to a rotation that I was having in the ER, and I feel really good in the ER. I worked in the ER for about a year and a half. I worked on the ambulance for about a year prior to going to USC. And so if there's anywhere I feel comfortable in, it's the ER. And we were kind of going through patients all night, and I felt so confident in myself and my capabilities and the things that I knew, or that I thought I knew, that my preceptor, the doctor that I was working with, kind of just let me go. And I was going, and I was diagnosing, and I was treating and diagnosing and treating, and in my head I'm thinking, man, I'm just on a roll, right? I'm like, this is me. And it was all like put to a stop about halfway through this particular shift, where a doctor kind of pulled me aside and kind of noticed me almost being kind of overconfident. And he said, "Tony, medicine is not about what you know. It's about knowing everything that you don't know." And it took me a moment to kind of sit back and digest that. And I thought, man, this whole time I thought I was doing the right thing by being on top of my medical knowledge and thinking that, I'm making all the right diagnoses and I'm doing all this. But there were so many things, I'm sure, in all of those patients that I could have missed, because I had, what we call in medicine tunnel vision. And it truly shaped the rest of my rotation. Now, I practiced medicine as a student, and I'll eventually practice medicine in about 6 months when I take my national boards. But now I feel that this is applicable to practically every single field. The more you humble yourself, I feel, regardless of whether you're in marketing or business or architecture or basketball, whatever, the more you humble yourself, the more you realize that there's still so much out there that you don't know. And in medicine, it is the case, because every single thing that we've learned for the past 50 years evolves, it changes. We still have doctors, older doctors treating things the same as they did 30 years ago, and it would be malpractice today. But all that is to say that it pays off to understand that by staying humble and understanding that there is still so much for you to learn, so much for you to learn as a coach, so much for you to learn as an architect, a marketer, a businessman, as a physician, or as a PA, as myself. This was perhaps the most invaluable lesson, because I never took another patient for granted, let me tell you. And if I ever did, I knew, looking back on that patient experience, I would think like, man, I really went in there with tunnel vision, rather than respecting the patient, respecting all the things that I don't know that this is, and kind of ruling those things out first. So that's my tip. Thank you to that student. You know who you are. But that's that for that. We'll see you guys in the next videos, where we'll share some more invaluable things for you as a student, and really just in life. So cheers, guys.